What's going on, everybody? It's Afro Think Tank. Y'all know I can be very unbiased, right? When it's time to cut the joking, because I joke a lot in my videos. I joke a lot. I'm serious a lot. Display a lot of emotion, and that's part of my art style and my entertainment style to emphasize what I'm talking about, utilizing my emotions, right? Or my passion or whatnot, right? To drive the point. That's the entertainment. If you notice, I'm a what do you call? I give you one singular consistent thought. Like I'm freestyling this. This is off the top of my head, no notes. I don't have scripts. I'm literally just saying it, right? If you notice, I ain't got a lot of cut clips, I'm not like sitting here talking, messing up, and just saying I'm gonna edit it later. Now this is straight through. Yeah, I know that's how I do it, right? And when it's time to get real serious, right? Just to put some context around just anything, because this is Afro Think Tank. The reason why it's called Afro Think Tank is because we are a thinking tank. We're a think tank, right? That means sometimes we have to be unbiased, right? That's why, if I tackle tough topics, right, and controversial topics, and I seem to, based off what you guys say, handle myself pretty well. But this one, I'm gonna talk. I want to tackle something real quick because, in Black YouTube, we have those who it's small, right? So most of us know, we all pretty watching the same group, right? And so I was thinking about, because I'm starting to get a lot of videos in my for me or recommended with O'Shea Duke Jackson, right? And people are starting to criticize O'Shea. I think it probably started once he did the ABBA, right? And y'all know I every now and then I'll tackle something with O'Shea when I disagree with it. We just have fundamental differences, but I'll tackle it. I'm not afraid to tackle any topic anywhere, and y'all know I just keep it real. I don't even if I like you or I don't like you. If y'all notice, I keep the same energy anyway. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it even across the board. You can be white, black, Asian, whatever. I keep it right across the board, right? And just like I can be critical, I can also be complimentary, right? And I like things to be in context. And so I'm listening to a lot of people criticize O'Shea, which is, it's fair, right? O'Shea has a very strong personality, and he has multiple shows. He's been here for a while, right? And I just want to clear some things up to you guys about O'Shea that you may not know, because you may not care to know. Okay? And this is for those who think that, because of the nature of his content, he is unworthy of his opinion or not to be taken seriously, right? Or that he's somewhat 100% a bad guy or whatnot, right? You know how we label people, right? Evil, bad, good, whatnot. But let me tell you something about O'Shea that you guys don't realize. O'Shea Duke Jackson, because I hear a lot of people say, "Get out of Uganda. Why you in Uganda?" Like, because you gotta attack him with something, right? O'Shea is a plus positive for Uganda. He's a plus dude. That's what I'm trying to. Despite what the dude says out his mouth, that if you're my subscriber, you don't quite agree with it, right? But he does some stuff that makes sense. Sometimes he make 1,000 videos on, like he can be redundant, very redundant. Sometimes his videos can be kind of shallow, like there's not a lot of depth in some of them, not all of them, but because he cranks out so much volume. There's no way he can be deep with everything, right? But outside of YouTube, this dude is changing lives. Like, I know he's like, "I don't like you, motherfucker." Like, he has one of those personalities that, most people wouldn't get along with, be honest, right? It takes a special type of person to be close to O'Shea, right? Because I have friends that's like, personality types. He has a certain personality type. But dude, outside of this YouTube, outside of all the bullshit come out his mouth, right? Outside of the dramas and all that shit, what O'Shea does with his money, right? And on the ground in real life is transforming for many people. And that's why, if you notice, sometimes he get online, he be upset, right? Because somebody done fucked him over. Or sometimes you see he talking about scams and shit like that. It's because despite how mean he may seem or whatever, even though he's jokey, the dude's doing a lot for a lot of people. And the reason why I know it is because I'm doing a lot for a lot of people. Like, I'm changing a lot, and I ain't even rich, but y'all gotta understand what can be done with intention when going to Africa. Like me, my experiences, I think I've been in going to Nigeria since 2017, right? And the things I've been able to do that I'm thinking that it's something normal that any nice, African American would do, any nice person would do. It's transforming to people in ways you would never understand, right? And with the little bit of money I do have, my discretionary spending money, I'm able to do some crazy stuff. Like, I'm putting people through. I got one I'm putting people through college. I got 2 boys in college right now that I'm sponsoring through. Their parents work for me. I can pay their college. I got another girl who's about to go get her master's. I paid for her to get her bachelor's degree. She just graduated this year. And she's going back to get her master's after she's finished doing her 1 year of mandatory civil service. I'm paying for multiple children's school fees and books and clothes. I done saved people's lives with just a little bit. Like I keep trying to tell you, the things you could do with money, because I view money as a tool. It's not something that I worship or praise. If I can do something with the tool of money, I'll do it, right? And over the years, I've been able to do some amazing things. And even us, think about what we was able to do with $6,000 we put together, right? We built a solar power water borehole system, providing water for kids in Nigeria that's being used right now. That people are drinking fresh filtered water right now because of us. We did that with a little bit of money, right? And I've talked to O'Shea. He was one of the first persons to interview me and talk to me on WhatsApp. He gave me a lot of advice, and told me, a lot of good things, because O'Shea is good at marketing. He knows how to he knows the business of YouTube, right? And he gave me some advice on the business of YouTube, right? And I've utilized that, while criticizing him sometimes, right? But I've utilized that and I appreciate that, right? Listen, I know people that he's putting on. No, you don't understand. When I say save lives, I'm talking about actual lives would be gone if not there type shit. Like, y'all just don't understand what's happening over there and what we could do over there, right? So that's why. But also, he understands. Like, I understand the scamming because of what's happened. You got to understand the psychological damage that has happened to our people over there. They coming out of some shit, right? And while they're coming out of some shit, everybody's in survival mode, and you got some criminals, bro. And they will scare, and it's just so much you can get real frustrated about it. So I understand the pistivity. I understand it because I experienced it myself. We just handle it 2 different ways, but I understand it. But let me tell you something, man. O'Shea is doing more for black people than both Umar Johnson and Tariq Nasheed. Them dudes ain't never done nothing for black people. What have Tariq Nasheed done for black people besides make a pseudo-historical book that people who don't know anything about their history would get a few truths and a whole bunch of lies and some half-truths and some pseudos? What has Tariq Nasheed done for the black community except for dropping some trash albums, right? More redundant videos and gathered money to make his little donut shop called the Hidden History Museum, where nothing in there is hidden because it's all Amazon stuff. Where he got some unfunny comedians that perform and you have little potlucks and shit that he rent out to everybody else who's not black to make a buck. What has he actually, through a rally where he can sell shit? What has he actually, I'm talking about, when you talk about tangible things for these people who consider themselves leaders, what have either one of them actually done? The school ain't done yet, so we can't say Umar's done anything. We've never seen Umar Johnson, any people come out and say, Umar Johnson changed my life. We never seen any of these boys that he's been supposedly been talking to, counseling and saving. We never hear any testimonials. It all comes out his mouth, right? You would think by now, if he has all these credentials, there'll be plenty of people that say, hey, yeah, he was my counselor, he was my teacher, he was my therapist, he changed my life, he saved my life, he saved my marriage. You ain't never heard that? He don't even take care of his kids. Look what he's done to us, and he admit it. And then You know, for a person in his profession, he didn't know how to use that profession for his own personal life. So if he can't do that with his own children, how can we, expect him to do that for our children, right? So, but the thing is, these people are entertainers, right? They're for sure. Like Umar Johnson is a roving preacher. Tariq Nasheed is a roving preacher. They're from the old days, back when we used to sell CDs back in the parking lot. Back when people used to rent halls and hotels for $400, sell $35 tickets, everybody used to pack in. Back in the Sun 80 days. These are the old heads. These are the analog hustlers, right? Tariq and Umar, right? So they got some lasting fame that they've been riding on, but in the age of information, it's just it's not standing up, right? But then you got somebody like O'Shea, who literally makes celebrity junk. It's the material itself is what it is. It's junk. It's meant to just purely entertain, mindless entertainment, right? Drama, stuff we like to watch, right? Even though it's not highbrow content, it's stuff we like to watch. But in real life, the things he's doing with all that money he's making, he's changing lives. So because think about it, a lot of people have been hating him. I mean, yeah, he did start out with the whole Manosphere thing. Yeah, he did. Right? He got his own issues, right? We know what it is. We know that. But that same thing, what he's done with all that money, talking shit about black women, all that shit he's done with that money, talking shit about, anybody, celebrities. The dude been literally helping black women in real life, changing black women's lives. I know black women's lives. He's changed, saved their lives. He's been changing. He's black men. He's like, that's the thing. That's the thing. Like he literally, O'Shea, if he wanted to, he don't need to pander to anybody. He can on his own. He can stand on his own. And if he decided to talk about any of his shit, that motherfucker would be like the #1 Pan-African, but it don't marry because like you voted for Trump. It don't make no sense. FBA, like all that. It's what he says online. It contradicts to the shit he's doing in real life. That's what doesn't compute with me. But I mean, he is what he is. He's doing it for whatever reason he's doing it for. But in the real world, where it actually counts, because none of this shit counts. Like this shit right here. What you do outside of this shit right here was counts. And where it counts, O'Shea's doing the work. I gotta give the man's flowers on that. And that is the truth. Whether you like him or not. You don't have to like him. You can love the fact that he is a plus positive to where he is right now. No matter how he got there, no matter what led him there, because we all end up somewhere somehow, right? So, and then when we get there, what do? Right? So I know for a fact that whether O'Shea stays in Uganda, comes back to America or whatever, when O'Shea is done doing what O'Shea is doing, there are people that's going to remember him for the shit that he's done in their lives, despite the shit that he says online. And the people he's doing this shit for probably don't even watch his ass online. And that's probably the truth. So yeah, just keep that in mind. That's a little bit of context for those who sometimes who are thinking about this O'Shea character, because he ain't gonna tell you that shit because that's not his character, right? But I'll tell you because I've talked to the dude and I'm very good at my observation of people. If y'all haven't noticed, I'm pretty damn good at a read, right? So yeah, that just if y'all want to know whether you wanted to, you probably didn't give a fuck. Like I want to hate that motherfucker, but just know that dude is doing some real shit for real. Like that's why I made that video some time ago, and I said, who's more Pan-African, him or Tariq? Because in actuality, this dude is doing shit. The way he's getting his money, it's not always good money, but the dude's doing good with it. So just want to throw that out there. And how many content creators can look at another creator and say something positive about them? Because it's so easy to say something negative. It's real easy. But I guess that's manly. It's tough, to attack if that's the only mode of communication. But imagine looking at somebody you've criticized and saying something good about them to your audience and seeing how they receive that. How tough would that be? Anyway, you tell me what you think in the comment sections. Afro Think Tank, learn something, teach something. I'm out.
Coochie, balls, drugs, luxury vehicles. Coochie, balls, drugs, luxury vehicles. Coochie, balls, drugs, luxury vehicles. Violence, 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 violence. Coochie, balls, drugs, luxury vehicles. Coochie, balls, drugs, luxury vehicles. Coochie, balls, drugs, luxury vehicles. Violence, 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 violence.
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate? You should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you?
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan!
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.